Hey witches, mystics, manifestors, and people who just like tarot. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Ray Luna. For today's pick a card reading, we're going to be looking at what you can expect for the month of December, these next 30 days. So for group number 1 here, we have Mookaite and this doorway. For group number 2, we have Tiger's Eye and this doorway with a person in the middle. And for group number 3, we have green Serpentine and this doorway. So take your time and choose what card and crystal is calling out to you the most. And when you're ready, head to the description or comment section to click on the correlating timestamp to receive your reading. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose Mookaite in this orange doorway. So let's see what this card says. It says, Silent Skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind. In meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. So this card is interesting to me because it's indicating your December is going to be one where you might prefer to have quiet. You might prefer to have stillness, right? You don't want to hear a bunch of gossip, drama. You don't want to know what's happening in the news. You just want to be alone. You want quiet and you want peace, okay? Peace and quiet. I also think there is a message of caution, but you already know, okay? With the energy I'm feeling here, you already know you're already going to be doing this, but just to let you know, in case you want to do something else, there is a word of caution here. Like whatever you're working on, keep quiet with it. Whatever you're doing, it's a silent skill. So you don't have to tell people your YouTube channel got an increase in views. You don't have to tell people your follower count's going up. You don't have to tell people you finished your exam and now you're going to be a nurse or you're going to be a lawyer, right? You don't have to tell people all of that. Keep it to yourself. There's something here where you're being told you need to be quiet, you need that peace, you want that quiet and peace, and this is coming through in many different ways. So be careful what information you're sharing, because this is also going to give you more peace, right? Like people aren't going to hit up your phone or your messages because they don't know everything that's going on. So that's just a word of advice or caution here. And I already have some cards down to make the reading flow a little bit better. With the 9th house, this indicates an area of life you're going to be having more going on with. It's going to have more importance for you in December. So the 9th house indicates you're going to be spending a lot of time either reading about interesting information or information that will improve your life, improve the way you do things, improve the way you feel, or just give you something to reflect on and learn more. So this is all about self-growth, discovery, spirituality. For some of you, you could be solo traveling someplace that teaches you a lot, but for a lot of you, you might prefer to stay at home watching documentaries, reading books, watching videos other people are putting out. So overall, you are learning so much from many different sources, many different people, and this is all for your own growth and development. Like someone is going to say something, or you're going to read or watch something, and that gives you a point of information that you didn't have otherwise, and it changes things for you. Either your understanding, your values, your principles, the way you want to do things in the future. So this is why this is so important for you in December. And if you want peace and quiet, focusing on education, learning, some sort of spiritual journey and development, that's definitely going to give you that peace and quiet. I also feel like December is going to be a month where any trials and challenges you have, they're going to be eased by focusing on spirituality, meditation, being alone, right? Like not necessarily being around tons of people, right? Because sometimes that can help. But for you guys, you really want to dive in deeper with learning yourself. So anytime there's a challenge here, you could be looking towards areas of the ninth house to help you cope with that or help you overcome it and become stronger. This is definitely going to be a month where you might be a little woo-woo. You might be, into things other people might not fully understand or comprehend, but that's fine for you, okay? You want to explore all different types of stuff, and it's going to help you so much. I also see here with your tarot, we have the Eight of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and Five of Pentacles. So you are also wanting in December to focus on stability. What is keeping you sane? What is keeping you grounded? So that could be spirituality, as I said, for a lot of you. Learning, education, that's helping a lot of you so much. So you're focusing on these things that keep you stable, grounded, because you could have went through a lot. You could be dealing with a lot in December, feeling stuck, feeling exhausted, feeling like you're done with things. You just want the year to end already. That's what it feels like for a lot of you guys. So I think it's just like you're using this month to make the best use of your time. Instead of choosing other people, you're choosing yourself. Instead of needing to exhaust more of your energy, you're deciding to reserve it. So when it's January, right, you're going to be prepared for the next year. You're going to be able to do what you need to do. It feels like you're kind of over and done with things, and then you need this peace, you need spirituality to help balance everything out again, like healing a wound or trying to recover in some way. Maybe from just being tired or being sick of fighting and feeling like nothing's changing. I feel like this year could have been really hard for you guys, and now at the end, it's wrapping up. So that's a positive thing, it's wrapping up. But there's still that bit of, feeling like you want something that's good, that's stable, something that's not going to make you feel like, okay, I'm stuck with the Eight of Swords, or I feel left out and I don't know what to do with the Five of Pentacles. So there is a sense of finding what makes you feel connected again. So that could be connecting with yourself, connecting with people through a distance, right? Because we have the Hermit and the King of Pentacles. So this is indicating what is going to be good for you in December, and that's spending time alone. And once again, that wisdom, that spiritual knowledge. So you could be connecting with people even if you're alone, right? You could be connecting with people through a phone, through an online community. This could be long distance connections that give you comfort, even though you might want to spend time at home or not be around giant crowds of people. You could have a select few people you trust you're spending time with this month. But this is positive. You want to be alone. You want to have this space for yourself. I also think for some of you, you could be getting more development with a skill or a talent of yours. So this is like if you want to do something with religion, maybe you're learning how to convey the meaning of the stories you are taught related to that religion to larger groups of people, or you're learning how you connect with those stories and those lessons. There is something here where it's like you're developing more in areas of the ninth house. If you are a psychic, you could get more downloads, right? Like more visions, ideas related to predictions. So there is a lot there. And I think spending time alone also, it can strengthen your intuition at times. I also see you guys could be spending time reflecting on what you have built this year. So even though there was some trouble, you might want the year to be over, you are reflecting with the King of Pentacles, like, how are you responsible for making things better for yourself? How did you succeed this year, even if it didn't exactly go your way? So you're going to be reflecting on everything you have done. And I do think you're proud of yourself, okay? So this isn't being like so sad that you didn't achieve everything, or being so sad that you didn't fully like this year. This could be just understanding, okay, I couldn't control everything, but I controlled what I can do, and I made a lot of progress. I became more talented with my education. Maybe I graduated. I'm learning how to write a book, and I finally made progress on it, even though it still needs corrections. So whatever it is you're doing, it's like you're seeing that slow and steady progress. And with the Four of Pentacles too. This year is all about slow and steady progress. So the next year will be better. The next year, the next month, things will be better for you. So you're also going to be thanking yourself for everything you did this year. You're thanking yourself for getting through it, right? Like, pat yourself on the back. Like, you're happy you have done all the things you needed to do to get to this point. I will say, though, on the negative side, something you could be struggling with this month in December is with the Seven of Wands and the King of Swords. You might feel like you need to fight a bit more. You might feel like you're a little bit guarded to protect yourself. You might feel like you have to be that way. You might have to be quiet about things you're doing to get more peace. You might have to fight a little bit more to make it through this last month of the year. But as I said, you did a good job. You put your effort in, right? And you have made many developments. You have done many things here that indicate that you made use of your time, that you did the best you can, and that's all you can do, right? You are laying something foundational down so more can be built. Kind of like the King of Pentacles is like a businessman. They now have the funding to start that business, so it's not just a plan. That's like you guys. You now have the first part of something to get to the next. And you want to leave all this year behind, I feel. It feels like done with everything. You at least have peace for this last month of the year. So that is nice to see. So I'm going to pull some charms and see what you need to know for this last bit of December. I'll pull a few more. Okay, so let's see here. We have the rubber ducky. So this makes me think of like needing something fun, something out of the ordinary, right? So with this rubber ducky, I feel like you guys are encouraged to do something you find fun in December. So even if you want to spend time alone, even if you're focused on personal development, make sure you're doing something that is just fun and gives you a break, gives you a rest, like watching a fun movie. Hanging out with one person that at least makes you feel good if you have that, right? Do something that just makes you not just be working, like have fun. Don't just work. I also see here we have Cancer, so that's being in touch with your emotions and balancing your emotions out. Cancer is also intuitive. So if you're someone who has Cancer in your big three, this could especially be important for you. But this is like the development of your intuition, needing to trust your intuition more in December as you develop your psychic skills, your skills related to the ninth house. You might need to learn something from a different perspective. As I said, there's going to be something you watch, something someone says that changes your mind in a positive way. We have the cat. Right as I flipped this charm, I heard my cat running up the stairs. So you guys could have fun with your cat. You could be adopting a cat. Spending time with animals could be really healing for you this month, even if you want to be alone. We have the dragonfly. The dragonfly indicates change and transformation. As I said, you have laid down the groundwork. Now it's like, okay, what can be next after this with the dragonfly? What is going to change in your life because of this work you're doing, the work you have done? Everything can change, right? Things are mutable. Not everything's fixed and set a certain way. So that is also a sign of something being positive for you this December, letting things change in a different way if you don't like it. Then we have this perfume bottle. So you could be spending time like doing something luxurious. So I think like resting by yourself, maybe wearing a robe. You have like a hair mask in or a face mask on. Just taking care of yourself, doing stuff that makes you feel like you're being pampered. Maybe that's why you want to spend time alone too, to do more things like that, to rejuvenate your energy and feel really good. Like mental health wise, doing those beauty rituals can make you feel really good. We have the Pentacle once again. So this could be matters of money and material items. This could be getting some sort of increase in money. So maybe things have been difficult for you, but you got an extra 100 or 1,000 bucks this month, right? Something seems to be more positive with money here, with the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, having something to hold on to, having something you can invest with. So that's another good thing I see here for your December. We have Namaste. So, of course, I think, when you do yoga, people will say Namaste and they put their hands together. So I also think with spirituality, it's possible that the country India could be important. Yoga or things that related to spiritual practices, as I already said. So that keeps coming through. So yeah, this is definitely a heavy month of doing things by yourself, focusing on spiritual growth and how you relate to things and your own beliefs about the world, your own principles. You could be changing those or developing them further. And then you have Cancer once again. So yeah, Cancer came through twice, and to me that indicates needing to retreat and be in your shell, spending time alone. I also think Cancer can be really deep, right, in their emotions. So you really need this month to learn more about your emotions, look deep within yourself. And I know it sounds like generic or cliche, but I think you're going to learn a lot more just by spending time by yourself this month than anything I can tell you in this reading. I really feel like you're meant to find these answers by yourself. You're meant to have this month to do more of what you want because it's your month, it's your development. So that's also going to help you trust what you want to do, what you feel intuitively called to do this month. But that was your reading, group number 1. I hope you liked it. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit the notification bell so you don't get to miss any other videos like this. Hype it up so more people get to see it. I hope this reading has helped you in some way. I hope your December is good, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So you chose Tiger's Eye, and we have this doorway with the person here. So let's read that. Let's see what it says. It says, yes, kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and to fly. So yes, like that person on the card, jumping, I feel like this December is going to be one where you are enjoying the month. You are liking what's happening. Maybe you get a yes to something you have proposed. Maybe you feel like this month it's a yes, like the universe is telling you, yes, this is good, let's make it happen. So there's a lot of positive energy towards moving forward or being able to do what you want or feeling like, okay, things are on my side, things are working out for me. And we have some cards already laid down for you. With the first house, this is indicating an area of life where there could be more of a focus for you this December. So with the first house, this indicates how you are seen, right? Like out in the world. This could relate to your rising sign. So, for example, my rising sign is Leo rising. So I could come across in the world as someone who's gaining more attention, someone who could be liking leadership or the spotlight. For you guys, that could change depending on what your rising sign is. That's something you can look up, right? But you could be taking on more traits of your rising sign this month. I also feel like with the first house, you could be changing your identity in December. That could be one of your New Year's resolutions. You could be preparing for that, saying, I want to be a different person. I want to look different. I want to feel different. I want my life to be completely different. This could be a month of transformation for you. So figuring out what's working for you, figuring out what's not working for you, and moving accordingly. But yes, you could be experimenting with your looks. You could be reflecting on the year as a whole, everything you have been through during your downtime and realizing, okay, I'm a different person now. How can I develop that further? How can I fit into this new me? So there's a lot with your sense of self and identity. But this type of growth also involves other people. It involves how people are perceiving you, other people will also notice this, not just you. People will treat you differently. People will use different terms to describe you with this change. So it's not only you noticing this or feeling this, other people also recognize it as well. And then we have the 9 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. So in general, this is a month where I feel like you could be a little bit cautious as well. So that doesn't mean you're going to be hesitant towards making moves or doing things that you want, but you're cautious because you're in a planning stage. You want to carefully look at the details before you move forward with something. So you're making progress, you're doing those things, but you're a little bit more cautious than you normally would be. So if you are someone who's impulsive, you are less impulsive this month. You're taking more time to look at things. I also feel some of you could be cautious because you're like, okay, the last month of the year, is something crazy going to happen? Is something going to be thrown my way last second? So that could just be some anxiety coming through as well. And with the 6 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, this indicates people could be generous towards you in love. So if you have a romantic partner you're with right now, they could be giving you lots of gifts. They could be really generous with their time, like going on dates with you or doing more things that you want. I feel like you're having a lot of love sent your way. I also feel like if you're single, there's a chance you could have multiple people asking you out this month, more people wanting to take a chance with you, more people noticing you here. So you do have a lot going on romantically in December, whether you're single or with someone. This is a positive area. You will be enjoying more attention, more to do here if you are with someone, or having an influx of things to do if you're single. I also see this too as possibly you could be spending your time doing some sort of charity work. You could be helping people, like giving them gifts, right? Donating for children to get gifts for Christmas, something like that. Spending time and energy to help other people. I also think this is something that's going to come back to you in December. Like, there does seem to be a sense of cheer in some way. So I don't know if that's because of the holidays, or I don't know if this is just because like you have a lot of people around you who seem to be kind. Like even strangers, when you go in the store, people are being kind to you in December. You're being kind to them. So there does seem to be a lot of positive energy around you, no matter what you're doing this month. And then down here, we have the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Swords for what is positive for you in December. This is indicating, yeah, you're planning things already. You're moving. You're not waiting till next year. You're getting ready now. I also feel like the 2 of Wands can indicate having a lot you want to do, but something to be cautious here with is you do need to narrow down your plans, right? So you could be getting a lot done, but you're very ambitious. So sometimes with ambition, you can burn yourself out or do too much at once. So there is a word of caution here from the universe that it's good to plan ahead of time. It's good to be ambitious, but maybe narrow down your list of things you want to do. Start with a couple things at once and you're going to make even more progress. So you guys are doing the right things, but you might be doing too much at once. So be careful of that for your own health and your own sanity. And the 6 of Swords is moving on from things. You're ready to leave old relationships behind, leave old places behind, even your old self behind. As I said, you could be going through a transformation, having a new identity, relating to different things compared to what you used to relate to. So you could be moving forward, excited about the future. You could be thinking about the new place you want to live at. You could be thinking about the new job you're going to find in 2026, right? Like there's a lot of happiness here. And you're just experimenting with, what do I want? What will make me happy? And, you know, there's no negativity with this. This is like brainstorming what you want for your life in a good way. Sometimes if you have anxiety, you could ruminate and think all these bad things happening, but you guys are doing the opposite of that. You're brainstorming and ruminating on all the good you want in your life. And that could be helpful for manifesting. That could be helpful for once you do take solid action on those goals. So yeah, there's a lot of positive energy here of you maybe resting during the holidays, thinking about this when you have some downtime, or, just wanting more out of your life the next year and figuring out, how can I do this? And you will do that. So that's great. Something negative though, something that could be a challenge for you with the Page of Pentacles and the Sun. It's interesting because I thought when I first put these cards down, you might have trouble being optimistic, but I don't think that's 100% true. I think you could be having problems being optimistic when it comes towards like getting more money, getting resources, right? So if you've been having trouble with maybe getting a job or finding a new job, getting some source of income, having more income, this is saying like, keep being positive here and try your best. Don't be too hard on yourself because there is, challenging economic times right now. Or if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help here with the Six of Pentacles. That's like, if there's some sort of organization you have to reach out to, you can do that, right? Don't feel ashamed or embarrassed if you have to ask for help. If you have those options available to you, don't feel like you have to say no to them. I also want to say here, things can turn around and in an instant, right? So don't give up on something or feel stressed about something that could turn around. I also feel this could be feeling stressed, like maybe you feel like finances stress you out because that's the challenge. Like you want to be positive, you are being positive. There's all these things you want to do, but when you think about your finances, you might be like, that's a challenge. But that also could be why focusing on a couple things at once will be better for your mental sanity so you don't burn out, and also your wallet. So maybe that's also why that's coming through. You have time, and eventually things can turn around with your finances, or you don't want to feel stressed about finances. Like even if you have a lot of money, you can still be stressed with depending on, what could happen, right? That could change in an instant, whether you have a lot of money or you don't. So I do think some of these worries about money will subside and you'll figure things out here, but that could mean needing to do a little bit less for a while or needing to reach out to someone or an organization for help in some way. That's also a potential for some of you as well. You could be feeling more happiness related to like money when you volunteer your time as well. Like you could be volunteering to give people who have less than you, as I said earlier, gifts or something like that. But that doesn't mean everything's working out for you either. Maybe you have some trouble, like you want to buy a house, but it's too expensive, right? So no matter what this is, it's like you're helping people who have less than you, but then you do have stress about money still. And you might feel like you have to do more work there or, whatever it is there's something that has to be, you have to be careful with or be optimistic with, and that's a challenge, but you will do that. So really interesting messages with these cards. I'm going to pull some charms and see what else wants to come out for you for your December group number 2. Okay, so we have Leo, and I did mention Leo earlier when I gave that example. So this indicates being brave, accepting the spotlight and attention as it comes to you, especially maybe in romance, accepting like changes with your identity and fully embracing them, like confidently, Leo being confidence, being strength. You're going to be using those skills, those personality traits to embrace this new person you want to become or who you are becoming. Then we have this mushroom. So this makes me think of something being like kind of fun or out there in some way, kind of funky. So this could be like maybe you're into something that's kind of like psychedelic sounding music. Maybe you like dose mushrooms or you try mushrooms, something like that. That could be a more literal interpretation. But I also just think this is like having fun, being funky in some way. Also thinking of like creativity, like creative solutions, thinking outside of the box. So as I said, like you have a lot of things you want to do and that's great, but don't feel discouraged if you can't do them all at once. Helping other people will make you feel better because you might not be exactly where you want to be. You're not maybe in the worst situation either. So like you're going to be relating to people with different situations, whether they're better, the same, worse, like you're just going to be connecting to people in that way. But everyone's going to be having like a good time together. That message keeps coming through like different types of lifestyles or, you know, financial situations, but you and a group of people helping each other, you being helped, you helping them, and really, really having like a good time. So let me know how that relates to you guys in the comments. I'm curious. Then we have a witch on a broom. So maybe some of you guys are into witchy stuff. Like you could be doing candle magic, casting like spells to manifest things in your life. Maybe you're doing a spell for the new year, right? Like wanting a new year filled with many good things coming your way. Maybe some of you are getting manifestations related to love as well, because that was an area of life that seems to be going good for you this month. We have the moon that also kind of reminds me of witchy things, but it also could be enjoying the nighttime, right? Like going outside, looking at the moon, or maybe you're manifesting with the moon or doing witchy activities with the moon. We have the spider. Yes, you're building, you're weaving your web, making dreams come true. I also feel like the spider is busy, right? So you could be really busy this month, but you're not mad about that. You're enjoying the busyness of this month. We have a bat. This is like beware of gossip. Okay, like if people are talking, gathering together, there could be situations you might want to say something, but this is a word of warning. Be careful what you say, especially in groups of people who are gossiping, because someone could be, you know, setting you up in some way to be like, oh, group number 2 said this about you when they were the original person talking crap about someone. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, just be careful. We have the star. Yeah, you're going to be recognized in some way with the first house, Leo, the star. People are noticing you. Maybe you guys look more beautiful this month. Your positive energy is touching people, making them feel really happy, uplifted. You also could be receiving help, as I said, too. So maybe you also feel like people see you and your needs and they're helping you. Oh, and the star. I didn't even realize this card here, too. The star twice. So yes, this is all true. And I think this month is going to be like relieving for you. So if you had a stressful year or if you've been dealing with any stressful times, I think this month is going to be a relief for you. You're feeling less weight. You're feeling less restriction in some way, even if you have it a bit here. Overall, you're feeling good. That's what matters. Overall, it's not getting to you and you're not worried about it so much compared to maybe previous months. And then we have the dragon. The dragon talks about, like in fairy tales, it can hoard money, right? It can be greedy. But I noticed this pile had a lot of messages about receiving and giving. So I think you guys could be someone who really likes Christmas, or I don't know, maybe this time of year you just like to help people, you receive help. Something about this is so important. Maybe there's a sense of community you get from this. Maybe you have a group of people, like you guys do this every year. But there is this sense of not being greedy, but fulfilling your needs, fulfilling other people's needs, and having a really good time. So that is great to see here for your December group number 2. I hope you guys liked it. Like the reading. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this. Hype it up so more people get to see it. I hope this reading has helped you in some way. I hope your December is great, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose green serpentine, and we have this door. It looks very nature-esque, so let's see what it says. It says, Nomad. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside, so take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. Yeah, I really like the imagery of this one. So maybe you want to be someplace where there's a lot of like greenery. Where I live in New England, everything's dead right now, so it's not really green. So maybe you live in an environment that's not very green and you want to see that, or if you are living someplace right now that is nice and green, maybe you need to go outside more in December. Maybe you need to spend more time around plants and nature. Even if things aren't green, that could be a message too, just going outside for a minute and breathing the fresh air. That's going to be something that grounds you. It makes you feel really good in December. Also, with the word nomad, I feel like you guys are going to be doing a lot. You could be going from one place to the next. You could be traveling. Maybe because of the holidays, you could be traveling to different households, different people. Like you have Christmas with your family and then like a Christmas with your friends, something like that. I don't know, but you're doing a lot. Also, with the third house here, this is an area of your life that is going to be highlighted for you in December. So this could be what's happening here is more important, or it's just more busy than usual. So the third house indicates communication, who you're in contact with. So this could be your family, as it says siblings. This could be childhood friends or friends you have right now. There is some sort of connection with other people. This could be getting a lot of messages on social media, needing to hang out with many different people, needing to commit to many different people this month. So you're popular, okay? You're popular this month. So you could be overwhelmed with the amount of things you have to do, the amount of traveling you have to do, the amount of people. Maybe you don't want to disappoint anyone. You have to fulfill a lot of promises. That's what it seems like. But you are happy, okay? You are feeling good. It's just there's a lot going on. So it's kind of stressful in that sense of, okay, like what do I do? There's so much I have to do. I don't know where to start. But you're going to be having a really good time with those connections and community that's highlighted for you with the 6 of Cups that indicates nostalgia. So you could be reminiscing over fun times, old Christmases, or if you don't celebrate, right? You could just be hanging out with people and reminiscing on the old times that you spent with them. Other times you hung out and did crazy stuff, right? It just feels like a lot of reflecting on fun memories, fun people, maybe telling your other friends something you encountered with another friend of yours. So it's like sharing and connecting with people through stories, through your own experiences, other people's experiences, like hearing them tell their story and laughing. That's what I'm imagining, like a lot of people sitting together, talking, laughing, just having a good time. So that's going to be common in your December. I also feel like with the Knight of Wands, there could be like spontaneous events happening. So someone could spontaneously invite you someplace, and that's why you're really busy, because you have to get booked and going to meet that friend, meet that family member. I also see this too as you could be hanging out in groups of people and then suddenly you guys just want to go like drive an hour away to some store that's distant, far away. There's stuff like that I see here. A lot of fun things though, even though it sounds like busy or inconvenient. This is what you want to do. This is really fun. And then with the 5 of Cups, there is a sense of some sort of disappointment. So I don't know if this is disappointment when you're reflecting about the year as a whole, because December always mentions reflecting on things. And it makes sense because it's the end of the year. People are going to be looking forward to the next year, trying to wrap things up. So you could be feeling disappointed about something you didn't get to do. Or maybe there is some sort of plans that fall through that you're disappointed about, because as I said, you're going to be really busy with connections with people. There could be something you can't follow through on, you might have to cancel, but there's many other plans still moving forward. So this isn't something major. It seems minor, but you could have moments of, being sad about not completing something or being able to follow through on some sort of plans you have made. And then positively down here, we have the moon and the tower. So these cards together are interesting. So I feel like there is some sort of like truths that are revealed to you in December, but this is positive. It's not a negative news. This is finding out something beneficial, like positive news, because the moon indicates like being fearful or something not being known, hidden. The tower indicates destruction or something being washed away, okay? So falsehoods are being washed away. Not knowing what's going on, that's being washed away. So you're getting more news to inform you. So this could be when you're connecting with all these people, they tell you some good news and you feel great about it. This is also something I thought of when I looked at these cards, which is kind of strange. But I thought, like, if there's a weird relationship someone has, this person's finally going to break up with that person who might not be the best, okay? Whether that's you have a cousin or family member dating someone you don't like or people don't like because they're doing bad things, or if this is a friend who's with someone who doesn't treat them right, there's some sort of relationship ending that everyone's happy about. And that sounds weird or negative, but it's coming through as a positive, like people are happy someone's relationship is ending. So, take that as it resonates, but that came through. I also see this too as some of you, you're happy that like this next year that's coming up, right? You're happy to let go of things. You're happy that you're going to have a clean slate. You're happy that there's so much more to build now. I think this year could have been really transformative for you. You could have went through many different lifestyle changes. For some of you, maybe you moved a lot too, not just for this month. Maybe you went to many different places, did many different things. So now it's like you're ready for the next year. You're excited what's to come. Some of you are trying to make peace though with not knowing everything. You can't plan everything. You can't know everything, but you are excited to see, okay, I'm ready to leave this all behind. What needs to leave me is leaving, and that's good. So I also think there could be something else that's ending outside of that relationship that could be ending. I think there's something ending this month that makes you feel happy. It could be a lack of information's ending, so now you feel more informed, you're happy. But this also could be something personal, right? Like outside of all these connections, just you yourself, right? Not talking to anyone, not looking at social media, only you, okay? In your own mind, you feel like something's ending, but you're happy about it. You're fine with it ending. You're not sad about, oh, this is ending. What do I do? You want something to end, and now it's finally ending. So this could be a behavior of yours that's finally ending because you learned how to overcome it. This could be a belief of yours you no longer believe in, and it was a limiting belief, so now it's not hindering you. So you are overcoming something that needs to end, something you're happy to have end, and that's also good. So a lot of messages coming through there. I hope that made sense. And then over here we have the Queen of Wands, the Page of Swords for something that could be a challenge or negative for you this month. I think you're having challenges with some sort of confidence with the Queen of Wands, because I always view the Queen of Wands as someone who's independent, is someone who has this really strong sense of self. Some of you guys might not be as confident to rush things, right? Like you might want to take some time here, because with the Page of Swords, that usually indicates like moving forward, cutting away at something to make progress. But because it's in a negative position, it's like you're worried, you're lacking confidence to quickly make progress. You're lacking confidence to make a bold or rash decision. So I do think this month seems to be one of rest. Like you're wanting to focus on all these connections. You're wanting to catch up with people, travel. So maybe this is why there's a conflict, because it's like you're wanting to do something else right now. You're not wanting to you're not wanting to confidently make all these giant life changes, yet you're wanting to wrap up the year having fun. But that also could be why you're a little disappointed, remember? This could be why you're not making as much progress as you want, but hey, it's the end of the year and you have a whole another year ahead. So you're going to be able to do more, okay? So I think you know that, but that's just something that could be a challenge. Like you might still want to, like you want to talk yourself into doing something even though you know you don't have time to do it, or you want to talk yourself into having confidence to make a bold move, a quick move, but your intuition's telling you, hey, that doesn't really make sense. So you're having this inner conflict on what to do or how to move forward with this month ahead, right? There could be some stuff you still want to do. You still feel like I have time to do this, but you might not. So that will be something you're going to have to, come to terms with, but it's not all negative. It's just disappointing slightly. Okay, so I'm going to pull some charms and see what else comes through for you for your December group number 3. I'll pull a few more. Okay, so we have Sagittarius. Instantly, I noticed this. So that makes me think of expansion, growth, fun things you're going to, fun things you're doing. So I also think it's possible you guys could go to multiple events this month as well with music. Yeah, you could see maybe someone playing music, listening to music. This also could be just like being in a mood where you want to dance, you want to sing. And then we have the key here. So this is a month of unlocking things. So even if you feel like you're not making progress, I feel like this message will help you. This is a month where just your conversations with people will give you success. Just your connections with people will make you prepared to unlock that door in front of you and experience more. So please don't think if you're taking a rest and you don't get everything you want done before the end of this year, like don't view that as a negative. That could be for a reason. You could be opening a door you don't know yet just by resting and talking with people and catching up. Sometimes we get opportunities in life when we take a break. It's really weird, but it does happen. It's happened to me too. With this hand here, I think of like spiritual practices, spirituality. So some of you could be having some sort of like morning or night routine where you unwind with, affirmations, a meditation, something relating to like spiritual practices that could really be healing for you this month and keep you grounded with all the craziness, all the events, all the people you'll be interacting with. Then we have this wheel. It makes me think of like a ship steering the wheel to where you want to go, navigating the ship. So I think this is a message of this month things are more in control. Like you're more in control than you think. Don't rush things. Take your time. That's a good thing to do. Don't go against your intuition telling you something else. We have a cat. Group number 1 also got a cat, but a different charm. So with the black cat here, this makes me feel you could be enjoying something that relates to your own independence. So maybe there's something you're doing this month as well for the first time, and you feel like it makes you feel more independent. It makes you feel like more autonomous. So this could be even something like simple, like you're going to this place you've never been to for the first time, and it makes you feel like, okay, I'm doing something I always wanted to do. This could be like going skiing for the first time. This could be, any place you can go, traveling to a destination by yourself or like a challenging destination. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I hear certain places are more challenging to travel to than others if you're not an experienced traveler. So maybe that makes sense if you travel a lot, but you could be doing something that makes you feel more independent and makes you feel like you're growing more by yourself. So even though there's all these people you're interacting with, you're still doing something by yourself that makes you feel more independent and confident within yourself. So hopefully that will help you with this. And we have the cat twice here, right? So that's interesting. Then with an elephant, that also talks about memories because elephants have really good memory. And then we have the 6 of Cups. So this is a month of building new memories while you're reflecting on old ones. So take as much time as you need to have fun this month. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. This month, you could be remembering many new things. Like if you're traveling somewhere, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life. If you're doing something for the first time, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life. A lot of this month is building memories that will last you a long time. Then we have the rocking horse and the seahorse. So 2 types of horses. That's interesting. I think this could be talking about, it makes me think of like, if you're doing something, you might have to rely on 2 different skill sets, right? So it's like the seahorse swims, and then this rocking horse, of course, it's not a real horse, but it's on land. So something's on land, something's in the water. So this is a month where you could be exercising 2 different personality traits a lot. You could be exercising your own independence, as I mentioned, but then you could be exercising your collaboration skills, your skill of connecting with others. So there's this duality of what you're doing in December, 2 different things at once, but they're more related than you think, even though they seem like opposites. Even though they seem like 2 different skill sets, you're utilizing 2 different skill sets that are bringing you a lot of happiness in December. So maybe there's times you have to be doing a lot by yourself, but then you're having moments in December, you're constantly surrounded by people and they're helping you, connecting with them. So whatever this is, you're having to switch between 2 different modes this month, 2 different modes the whole time, but the month ends positively. So that is nice to see here. That was your reading group number 3. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this. Hype the video up so more people get to see it. I hope this reading has helped you in some way. I hope your December is really good. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.